Welcome back, everybody. Happy Thursday, everybody. Good to see you all. Getting ready for hump day, last day of the week. It's not the last day, technically. I mean, Thursday is the most exciting day of the week, but Friday's coming up tomorrow. A lot of good stuff going on. Hopefully, everybody got a little piece of this ASTR. Good to see everyone also on the side. Thank you, everyone. Good morning to all of you, too. Hopefully, everybody got a little action in this ASTR. Nice little move. You know, I noticed as we were watching this stock, it wasn't a really big move. You know, it was nice. It was a level one stock, 18 million shares already traded. You could see that. You could see long-term stock took a very big hit all the way up here at 625, but she's moving up pretty nicely. What really impressed me about the stock, there's a pretty big buyer right now around $140. I'm going to show you right here. And it looks like he got kind of executed. And it looks pretty good. I like this. Nice little order right here. A nice little fill order right there. Let's see. You know what? It's got a lot of room. I mean, it's taken a lot to move the stock. I mean, you got to remember, 90, maybe more, 95% of the people can't trade this stock until 9:30, until the market opens up. The only people that have access to stocks like this is people like you and I. So stock is doing really, really well. Like the actual, you know, like I said, it's on the watch list. And a couple other ones. And there's a couple other, we're going to look at a few other stocks too. Got a pretty decent list here. I think there's also some stocks getting crushed. So we're going to look at some of those. But let's talk about what happened yesterday regarding about what happened in the market. For some of you missed out, there were a couple of really, really nice shorts. Revlon was a really nice short yesterday. Just, you know, what was nice about Revlon, once again, big support levels, big iceberg orders. And I really was very impressed with this little order right here. I mean, there was a big order right here, and he got filled, and it slingshot up. I'm like, wow, maybe it's a bounce, but sure enough, it never really happened. And it just kept going lower, lower, lower. Nice little short right there on Revlon. If anyone got a little piece of that one worked out pretty well. A couple of the stocks right here, NRDC, that was an early bird runner in the morning, 9:30, just got halted a couple of times. 220 up to 260, very cheap, very expensive. This one's going back on the watch list. So SPR had been having a really good move. It didn't move until later in the afternoon. The only thing I did not care for SPR, it wasn't one of those stocks that had a really nice trend. It had a couple of shakes right here. I don't like when stocks go from 22 down to 21 like that, and then they go back up. A little bit on the difficult side. Reminds me a little bit of like, which we're going to talk about a little bit now, which, right, and once we go through our watches, AMC. A lot of you remember we trade AMC. This reminds me a little bit of how AMC trades. But it is moving up pretty decent this morning. It is going back on the watch list. Where are we? Orders-wise, this is what I'm talking about. You got some 21, 23. You got sells at 25. So the stock you could see right away is not your level one, level two stock. You even though you might see a penny spread right now, the stock will probably talk in probably a category 4. But you know what? I like we'll put it on the watch list. Life W, great winner. For some of you missed out on Monday. That was basically our biggest runner of the week. That stock ran from $3 to $16. She did it again yesterday. A couple of big holes. The stock's a short squeeze, okay? And this is how I know it's a short squeeze. Look how the stock goes from $6 to $11, right back down to $6. So listen, you know what we teach here at Cybertrain University is where just look for those orders, get in, take the small profit, and get out of it. But I told you this yesterday. They're going to screw somebody out of it. So just you don't want to be caught of that. And you should have basically caught on to that right here. Does everybody notice that right there? What is that? That is one gorgeous Fausto flag, okay? So we all know how Fausto flags work if you're a student at Cybertrain University. So the good thing about being in stocks like that is you learn. You learn. You know what I mean? You learn not that you could have made money on that stock. You learn how you could have lost money on that stock. Remember, we do the total opposite with people out there try to teach you. They all try to focus on, you know, they all like to brag about the winners. They like to pound their chest. You know, I hate going on Instagram and seeing these people have stacks of $100 bills jumping on, you know, on a private jet, which is basically all fake news. I could tell by just seeing the people replying back to that. But that's not what it's about, okay? Do people make that? Yeah, I know some people that have. I also seen a lot of them, you know, out of business because they got over their head. But the goal is not about looking at that. The thing is just focusing on making a day's pay. Okay. And that's why I've been here. Listen, I tell everybody this. I was on NASDAQ yesterday. I was on with a couple of analysts on a panel. I don't know if everyone had a chance to watch it, but and these people are very, very smart. They know that they know their shit. You know what I mean? They're they know the farm payrolls. They know I mean earnings, P ratios, GDPs. They know everything. You know what I mean? One thing they don't know is when they start seeing NASDAQ level 3, when I was talking about that, and they're like, just open up a can of worms for them. And they all agree, you know what? Listen, it's all about making a day's pay. That's what it is. And if you've been here for 30 years, you're obviously doing something right. Now, let's talk about what's moving this morning, and let's see what is going on. So we got a couple stocks that came out with some earnings announcements. AFRM came out with some good earnings yesterday. You could tell just by seeing what happened at 22, shot all the way to 25. Now, regarding about orders, listen, it's got 25 is a very pivotal number in trading community. You can see right here it hit 25. Big order came out there and it just shot right back down to 24.60. And if you look right here, 25 was yesterday's resistance levels too. Okay, so there is a lot of orders out there, but it's also we've traded the stock the last couple of in the past few weeks. AFRM. You got to be very careful. You have to be one of the advanced traders how to trade stocks like this. It's a little on the tricky side, but because of earnings, we'll put it on the watch list. Bitcoin doing great. With Bitcoin, people are like, well, how do I trade Bitcoin? Mara is doing well. Coinbase, I'm very happy about Coinbase. I'm actually pretty happy I averaged down on that trade. And once again, we don't preach averaging down, but when you swing trade, sometimes you have an opportunity out there. There is, we talked about this in phase 3. There are times you have to have no choice but to average down. And Coinbase was a great average down at 70. I'm pretty happy about it. We broke through a major resistance. I think 110 is getting close. That's going to be nice. So if you were in that swing trade with me, congratulations. I'm happy for you. But coin back on the list. More on the day trading. That's a little bit easier. Mara and Riot, all going on a watch list. They're all on there. All right. So that's another ones we're going to keep an eye on. Space came out. It was funny. We're talking about space. When you in the morning, a lot of you were here yesterday, we were talking about space in the trading room. I'm like, my God, remember space we were trading where this thing was at? And we're like, it's down to $1.55. Crazy, isn't it? Well, this is what the key is. Like I just mentioned earlier, Kennedy, you just said the same thing just in the cyber group room. It's all about discipline, being a good trader. If you weren't disciplined to take those losses, you would have got crushed on that trade. Coinbase, if you remember, I trade the IPO on Coinbase. I'll never forget it. And I'm just going to bring it up there. Coinbase was trading at $400. I'll never forget. I bought it at $425. I took a loss at $400. You know where it ran to? All the way down to $34. 50 was a really good buy on it. I could tell you that. But could you imagine owning that stock and riding it down there? That's what you call discipline. And that's what you call about learning from. And let me tell you, if you didn't learn how to lose money in the past, you're never going to know how to learn, how to protect yourself. They're not getting something caught up like this. But that was, and that's what happened with space. Listen, space, we traded it. You remember the stock was all the way in the $60 price range. Remember that? Then it dropped all the way down here to 15 and shot up there to 60. Just like that. As volatile as that might be, just got to know how to remember that there's just so many more stocks out there to trade. Let's go hop on to AMC. So AMC came out with earnings this morning. AMC got crushed right there. 8:30 it came out. It's got a lot of support levels here at $8. So I'm just going to bring up level 4 here and show what we got going on. So this buyer's been out here for 845. It's not a lot. I mean, you could see here, it's not a lot. You got 23,000 and another 23,000 right there. What I'm really impressed, interested about, if you bring up $8, it does got a major support levels right around this 730. So it's going to probably be a fun stock to day trade today. Okay. And, so we're going to have to put that stock on our watch list. Once again, we were talking about AMC. I wasn't really completely convinced they're going to beat earnings anyway, but who the hell I know? I'm just a day trader, right? ASTR, another one that's looking pretty good on this watch list right here. Major one concern you got to keep an eye on. Guy just showed up. 100,000. Was that 100,000? Yeah. 108,000 shares sellers showed up. So big kryptonite right around $1.38. You just showed up right now. So let's keep it up, and you can see it. It's been having a tough time breaking it. ASTR. So if we can get past that, then we can see the stock could test somewhere right around $1.90. Level 1 stock, 18 million shares. Once again, right up our alley. All right. So anything else, cyber traders? Nice very call, Wendy, on an firm. Yeah, no problem. You know what, Wendy? I think good trade on that stock and a good call on that too. All right. Let's get ready for the market opened up. Don't forget, really quick before we go, today at 12 o'clock, we are having open house. If you're watching on social media, we are going to do a big event for you. Just take your phone, scan that QR code. We have a link up there. You can click on that link and register for it in the trading room on the right in notes. Traders, you're always welcome to come. I know, and once again, if you're new here to CTU and you're in the trading room, hopefully you're enjoying yourself and having a good time, and hopefully the staff is treating you well. And hopefully you like what you see, and hopefully you be part of our team, like we always say. So let's get ready for the market open up. We've got about 15 minutes. We'll be back on social media at 12 o'clock. And for everybody in the cyber group room, we'll start commentary once the market opens up at 9:30 as usual. Go take your break. We'll see you in about 15 minutes. Don't go anywhere.